Okay, so good morning, Year 11. I've just, for our YouTube channel, I've found a wonderful lady called Rachel Gale, who is an illustrator and an author. So she's here to talk to us a little bit about her career and how she got to where she is. So Rachel, can you say hi?
Hi
Hi.
everybody.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you decided to do when you left school, what you enjoyed at school, and how that's brought you to your current occupation?
Of course, yeah. So art and design at school were definitely my favourite subjects. Always, as long as I can remember, I always wanted to go down that route. So when I left school, well, I opted to do my A levels, and I chose art as one of those. And then I went on to did my art foundation course. So the foundation is often the route before university. You do your year foundation, and it's a great chance to basically explore all different parts of art subjects, and you basically specialize. And then when you go to university, you're sort of set to start on the path that you choose. So for me, foundation was great because, well, for many reasons, I met lots of other arty students, and it helped me decide which way I wanted to go and what I wanted to specialise in.
Okay, and so then after university, what you went from doing the foundation course into university? Where did you do that?
Yeah, I did that in Manchester. So I went to Manchester School of Art, and
nice.
I loved Manchester. And I'm not far from Liverpool, so it was about an hour from home. So I did live away from home, but it was close enough, so I didn't get too homesick. I loved it. So I did my 3-year degree. I did the course was actually called Design and Art Direction, and it was a new degree at the time. It was a very broad course, and I specialised in illustration. So I kind of knew from the start I wanted to take that route. Illustration and typography were my sort of favourite areas. So that's the route I took.
Okay, excellent. So now, what do you do on a typical day? What does your job look like for us?
It varies so much, and that's what I love about my job, because it is never boring. So average day is usually, get my little one to school, or nursery, she's now in school, check my emails to see if I've got any sort of news or updates from clients, and general day is working on the project that I've currently got on the table. I often juggle multiple projects at once. So anything from, it could be a menu design for a cafe, a logo design for somebody, a children's book that I'm working on, or another side of my business, I actually have a range of products that I sell from my own website, and these are handmade gifts, most of them for children. And so most days I'm checking, see if I've got any orders, wrapping them up, popping to the post office. So yeah, I'm always busy.
It's always doing different things. And when you're doing your illustrations, one of the people that I talked to, she said she was worried because she's very good at on hand, but then she feels like if she has to put it onto a program, she doesn't really understand how that works. Is that what you do?
Well, it's great that you've asked that question, because I took a leap about 3 years ago, basically from traditional paper, pen and paper, pencils, etc., to drawing on my iPad. So for me, turning to digital drawing with the hand-drawn aesthetic, so it's still my hand, this pencil basically can become anything, so paint, watercolor, it's amazing. I basically now draw pretty much all digital on my iPad Pro, and many illustrators do that now. Many people still keep their traditional techniques, but I find this way of working is great because all of your work is editable. You draw in layers, so when it comes to making amends for your clients, you know, somebody says, oh, can we have a colour change? Can you change the colour of so-and-so's hair in the illustration? It's not a start from scratch situation anymore. I can actually go back in, erase that layer and start again. So I would say that with the right tools, you know, I bought this iPad and it was the best investment that I've ever done. It's the best investment ever.
And is that a program that comes with the iPad Pro, or was it something that you had to do?
It was a free one, yeah. You download it, but it's an Adobe software for iPad. So yeah, it's brilliant.
Amazing, right? Okay then. So what do you like best about your job? What's your favourite thing?
Oh, I would say the variety and the freedom. I mean, I have to obviously be very self-motivated and make sure that I deliver things on time and manage my clients' expectations. Obviously, especially with everything that goes on at the moment, sometimes I can't do things as quickly as I want to, because I'm also a mum, so I have to juggle my work and home life. But I'd say having the freedom and being my own boss is what I love the most.
Oh, lovely. And have you ever received any knockback? Because obviously working in any sort of artistry industry is very competitive. Have you ever received any knockbacks, and how have you overcome them?
Yeah, I mean, I think knockbacks are something that you've got to prepare for. I would say, yeah, one of the biggest knockbacks for me was that when I first left university and moved to London, I was looking to try and get experience in the art field. So I was looking for work placements, and I got one actually out of so many that I applied for. And that was a huge knockback, because for me, I found that many places would take you on as a work experience student and it wouldn't be paid. So, you know, that's great if you have the finances to work for free, and, you know, but for myself, I had to work as well. So I took on a full-time job in a restaurant that I loved. And in the beginning, I did my illustration work, you know, in my spare time, in the evenings, whenever I got a job, because I needed that income from, you know, to keep me afloat, basically. So I'd say the biggest knockback was, yeah, not getting the work experience, but I'd say that the route I took was also great, because I just slowly but surely kept on going and just slowly took on work from different people, first of all probably through friends and family, and then eventually, you know, I got my work out there.
I think that's one of the things, isn't it, as well, that especially if you are doing something that's really sort of your dream, the dream kind of job, you need to keep trying at it, because and be prepared to sort of work and do other things on the side, but don't lose focus on it. Don't say, right, well, I'm going to give up on an artist because I've not got the work, so I'm going to just carry on working in the restaurant, but keep driving it as much as you can.
I'd say, think it takes time to develop your own personal style, and self-promotion when you work for yourself. It's so important. You know, you've got to really believe in what you do, and you know, other people can say great things about you, but you're the person that has to drive your business and your growth. So yeah, don't give up.
And then another thing, I suppose, as well, would be when it comes to sort of your pricing, you kind of have to hold fast, don't you? You don't want to sell yourself out too cheap or whatever. You need to be saying, right, this is how much it costs, this is what my time is worth.
Yeah, that is difficult, and still can be very difficult. My partner is also a designer, and he's been doing it a little bit longer than me, so his help and experience definitely helps me. I also, you know, I start with, how long is this project going to take, and then, like you say, work it out from there, because you know, sometimes people do have unrealistic expectations of price and the time that something takes. So like you say, you know, you can't work for a whole week on something, can only get paid a small amount, because you just can't earn a living that way. So you've got to, yeah, try and price it correctly.
Nice, excellent. Obviously you work for yourself, so it's not like you're in a ladder of, I'm going to be a manager, I'm going to be a director, I'm going to be like this. But what career development is available for you? What, you know, from where you are now, how are you still going to grow?
Yeah, well, it's what's good about that question is, growth is sort of infinite, and it's quite exciting to think ahead, where will I be in 5 years' time? I hope to have a couple more children's books, and I'd love to have my things in more shops. I guess I'd just like to branch out a little bit more, because at the moment I'm still considered quite sort of small scale. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep going and not have like an expectation. I think to keep it open and just see where it takes me.
Excellent. Okay, so what advice would you give then to somebody who is interested in a career in working in art and design, illustration in the future?
I would say create work that's, you know, truly yours, and you know, you will get projects that sometimes don't quite fit, or you know, I just say stick true to yourself. I think developing a personal style is really important, because that's what you're going to become, you know, known for. And yeah, keep your options open. You never know who you're going to meet. You don't know what opportunities are going to come your way. And actually, sometimes the unexpected projects are the ones that turn into something amazing. So I would say, yeah, it's a tough one. I can't really pinpoint it. I'd say just keep going as well, and yeah, don't give up, and just stay true to yourself in the work that you create.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. That's all the questions that I've got today. If anybody does have any more questions, I've got your email address, so if anyone's got anything specific, I'll drop you an email if they want to know any more. But thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you very much.
All right, no worries, and we'll speak to you later. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.